Can I ask, because there may be women watching this who are married, like yourself, first baby, or like Joanna, you know, a couple of babies, and find themselves in that same setup. That both of you would find that, you know, both of your husbands have full-time jobs, and so they're out of the house during the day. Do you mind me asking you about, in those moments of you being so anxious, frustrated, angry, I guess, almost a little Judah, because, you know, of your own insomnia, knock-on effect to the marriage?
Oh gosh, yeah. When I wasn't sleeping, I was just a pretty nasty person. I mean, I felt horrible, you know, the smallest thing would stop me, and I'd get so uptight and angry that I couldn't sleep, and then that would just, you know, having a crying baby is not a good, being very sleep deprived and having a crying baby is not the best space to be loving and kind towards each other. And actually I've had to stop myself several times and just go, be kind, you know, stop taking out your frustration on him or allowing it to explode over onto him. And sometimes when it just gets too much, I have to just, well, it's not quite like this anymore, but in the middle of it, when it was too much, I did just have to leave the room and just say, can you just hold him for 5 minutes? And I just got to remove myself from this situation, because I'm not going to do anything that's productive for you or productive for our son when I'm feeling like this. It's, as Joanna was saying, you've got to have that you time in order to, you know, give out to them, so that you're not.
And the thing is, I know both of your husbands, you know, and I know how they love their children, and I know how they both love you, and so hands-on with their children, you know. So we're not talking about husbands who are passive, we're talking about husbands who are present and fathers who are present, and yet even with that, you know, there's still those challenges, you know, whether being, you know, I feel like I don't have enough time for my husband, or in your case, he gets the brunt of my tiredness and frustration. Flip, I know what I'm like when I've not had enough sleep, and I'm talking about, you know, only getting 7 hours rather than 8. So Preach. Just fix that crown.
The need of being reassured by someone, especially a man, is sometimes feels like above and beyond my control. And even when you are with a person who you know loves you so much, and you're there and you think, does he like me, does he not like me? And a little thing he does, you're just like, yeah, maybe he does. And then the next second you're just like already thinking, oh, he might not, and he might be saying to you the great things, and you're still like not believing it. And then you start the self-sabotaging moment, and again, as Karina said, you're just like waiting for the time that person's gonna walk away from your life, even though they're doing anything that you would want someone to do for you. There's that thing inside of you that you're like, I don't think he's gonna stay. I think at some point he's just gonna walk away. And even recently I had that experience where I was just so overwhelmed by a thought, and I was like, no, stop, just relax and leave those thoughts behind and just rest, just breathe and enjoy the moment. Because I think it's so easy for us to, again, let our mind just go and look into the negative aspect, anything that is gonna go wrong, instead of celebrating what's happening now. I think I speak for myself when I'm like, it's a bad end, and you don't enjoy the beautiful moment that is going on because you're already waiting for that to fail. You're waiting for that person to walk away. You're just like creating like a disaster scene, and that is a part of you know, of some stories that I created. And when I realized that, I'm like, I need to stop this. I need to stop this. And that's when I was like, I was in tears, because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I really don't know how to change this. But if there is one thing I can do now, is just stop having those thoughts and just relax right now and try to think about the opposite. Like, no, let me celebrate, let me find something that I can celebrate. But it's challenging.
For me, it's harder because I'm in London and they're all the way in the Caribbean, and I don't get to see them that often. So when I do see them, I'm struck by my gosh, they're aging, because in my mind they're still 30, right? Like they're always going to be 30. My dad's always going to have his stash, and so it's going to be like that 80s stash that he had, and my mom's always going to have that full head of hair, and it's hard, and you see them aging, and also your relationship with them changes, and it becomes beautiful. And I mean, I had a fractious relationship with my dad growing up, and now it's getting better, but to the point where every time I go home, it's becoming harder to come back here, because I want to be there, because I'm conscious of the fact, mainly because a lot of my close friends have either recently lost their father or have one of the parents have dementia, so you kind of have lost that person. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm not there with them. Like, I'm missing out on all these little bits, and I don't want to miss out. And it's this battle, because they look at me and they go live your life, go. Yes. And I'm like, no, come with me. You're never allowed to go. So it's trying to strike that balance. And for me, that means being more intentional. It means when I normally just text a friend, text my mom now, and I chat with her, and my dad, he's not a big conversationalist, so I save the conversation for 3 months, and then we have like an hour-long conversation, and that's like a long one, right? Because my dad and I can hang out, we'd go out together, and we'd spend the entire time in silence, and the joke would be like, that was a good conversation, and my mom would come back, and my mom would be like, how was it? And we'd be like, it was great. And just knowing that, I can't wait until I go home so I can spend time with him, just being silent, but just being by him. And I think celebrating that and making the most of those moments. Yeah.
Hey everyone, this isn't just the final episode for this theme, it's also the final episode for 2018. So how about in the next 7 days, you look back over the 7 episodes to remind yourself of anything that resonated with you. Our hope is that perhaps you can be encouraged by one of the women's stories, or something that was mentioned in one of the group discussions, or perhaps one of the words of encouragement towards the end. We really look forward to you joining us in 2019 for some brand new themes, but in the meantime, stay encouraged and Merry Christmas.